Hi YouTube, I'm here to talk to you about vaping and the four parts that make up one. There are power delivery, juice, and cotton. Those are the four things you need to make one work. For power, all vapes use 18650 batteries unless they have a built-in battery. These batteries, they produce about 1600 milliamp hours to upwards of 4500 milliamp hours. For power delivery, it's all about the coils and how you wrap the coil, the type of metal you use, and how big it is. For the type of metal, there are four main types. There's canthal, nichrome, nickel, and titanium. And canthal is the most common, according to MrLongDrag.com. Gauge is also very important. The smallest gauge I've seen used or the biggest gauge I've seen used is 18 gauge, and the smallest is 36. But any combination of those wire wrapped around itself is also very common. And you manipulate these three things to create a more or less resistance. And let's talk about resistance. According to mtbakervapor.com, resistance is the material's opposition to the flow of electric current. The lower the resistance, the more easily it can flow, as they put it. A few more things to talk about for power delivery are ohms, watts, volts, and temperature control. Ohms are just the unit of measurement for resistance. It is also a term used in any field of electricity. Ohms is used. For watts, watts is just the measurement of power. And like if you up the wattage, you up the power. Pretty simple. For volts, if you think of it like a pressure in a hose, that's a good analogy. The more the pressure, the smaller the hose, or the smaller the wire you can pump electricity through. For temperature control, I went to the help of misthub.com to find my information about it, and they put it as you set a temperature that you don't want your vape to exceed, and it will make sure that happens by either pulsating the power or completely shutting it off once it reaches that point, that threshold. A few different types of how to hold the cotton and the juice and the coils. There's tanks, which is an atomizer submerged completely in the juice, and an atomizer is just a coil and a wick in one metal piece. Those usually come stock on a starter kit or any vape. You can also get rebuildable atomizers to put in that juice. Also, there's RDA, which is a rebuildable dripping atomizer. This is what I have, and it consists of just a deck. I'll get it for you now. It's just the deck and the coil, and this one you can put 2 coils on it. Now, these things get very hot, and I'll show you right now if it'll cooperate. Alright, you can see it started to heat up, and it'll start to get red hot. I don't know if you can see that or not. Very, very hot. It's a light of fire. No problem. And that is an RDA. A couple other things, juice and cotton. For juice or e-liquid, it is made up of 4 things. PG, which is propylene glycol, VG, which is vegetable glycerin, nicotine, we all know what that is, and flavoring. Come in thousands of different flavors. And I got this information from ZusiJuice.com. Vegetable glycerin is mainly used for cloud production. Bigger the cloud, the more VG that is in it. And PG is to carry the flavor. If you want a lot of flavor, you need a lot of PG. Cotton, the function of that is pretty simple. It's just to suck the juice through the coil so that it can burn it and turn it into vapor. You can get organic or cotton balls. If you're doing a really good build and you want it to be pristine, you need to get organic. That holds the flavor and the cloud really well. But it's perfectly fine to use cotton balls, just common household cotton balls. Well, that's it for this speech. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.